Selling a home is increasingly becoming a private conversation. Instead of broadcasting a property to the open market, listings are being held off the radar, pitched as an exclusive perk of working with a specific brokerage. Corporate filings show 55% of new properties bypass the central public database on day one. Yet private listings actually sell for 1.5% less. In markets like California and New York, that gap widens to 3.7%, a $30,000 deficit for the average seller. This creates a mathematical puzzle. Why would the majority of sellers choose a marketing strategy that results in significantly lower offers? For decades, the Multiple Listing Service, or MLS, has served as a unified infrastructure enforcing market transparency. By ensuring every agent and buyer sees the same inventory at the same time, it maximizes competition by design. Large brokerages have found a financial incentive to bypass this system. By hoarding properties internally, they can capture double commissions on a single transaction and use that exclusive inventory to recruit more agents to their firms. Changing the data's entry point reconfigures the marketplace. Instead of flowing to a central hub, data is diverted into an isolated, closed-loop silo. As isolated silos absorb more incoming data, the open database shrinks into a secondary clearance bin for unsold inventory. This current transition isn't about technological progress. It is the dismantling of a database designed to protect consumers, replaced by a system designed to protect corporate margins. To make this shift work, agents have to convince homeowners to voluntarily restrict who can see their home. This strategy relies on two metrics that create anxiety for sellers: a counter tracking the number of days a property has been on the market, and a graph showing the permanent record of a price reduction. Agents pitch the private phase as a way to avoid these data points. They frame the walled garden as a consequence-free testing ground where a seller can gauge interest without the stigma of a public price drop. Restricting a property to a private network creates a smaller, artificial buyer pool. With fewer people allowed to bid, the lack of competition leads directly to the lower sale prices seen in the data. Most homeowners are never told that this privacy comes with a financial penalty. They aren't making an informed choice. They are following a script that omits the most important fact of the transaction. True consumer empowerment requires transparency. If a seller isn't told they might sell for $30,000 less, they haven't been given a choice. They've been manipulated. Solving this doesn't require new laws or government bans. It requires changing the incentives that make the closed market look attractive in the first place. The first step is for portals to remove days on market and price adjustment history from all public displays. When you remove those data points, the primary reason for hiding a listing disappears. A seller who isn't afraid of the stigma of a price drop no longer needs a walled garden. The isolated silo empties back into the central hub. The second step: every listing, even private ones, must enter the central database. The property stays in the central hub, marked with a private tag. Other agents can request access, ensuring the listing agent maintains control without building a wall around the inventory. This simple change makes private a preference for how the home is shown, rather than a barrier that hides it from the market. The third fix is to ensure that public portals direct all buyer inquiries exclusively to the listing agent who earned the business. When leads follow a direct path to the listing agent, the financial incentive to build a proprietary network vanishes. The reward for hoarding inventory is removed. This restores the central hub to full strength, making the open market the logical choice for everyone. In many countries, agents treat property data as a private secret, making it nearly impossible for buyers to see the whole market. The American system is a rare example of a unified, transparent marketplace. We should protect the right of a seller to choose privacy, but we must stop letting that choice be used as a cover to dismantle the transparency that makes the market work.